The Derek Chauvin trial set to begin this morning. What the judge is considering that could delay the start.
Plus, a party on Mendota. The reasons people are concerned about all the college students on the lake over the weekend.
And we're tracking those chances for showers and thunderstorms along with big-time warmth for this time of the year. We're breaking it all down in the first warn forecast.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good Monday morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. It's March 8th. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Linshine. Thanks for waking up with us this morning. The city of Minneapolis is on edge this week as the trial of former police officer Derek Chauvin begins. Chauvin, you'll remember, kneeled on George Floyd's neck for several minutes before Floyd died.
And that sparked, of course, weeks of nationwide protests. CBS's Michael George this morning is outside of the courthouse with more on what could be a landmark trial for policing and racial justice.
The trial of Derek Chauvin is slated to begin today with jury selection.
I can breathe.
Last May, the former Minneapolis police officer pressed his knee on the neck of George Floyd for more than 8 minutes. Chauvin is charged with second-degree murder and manslaughter for Floyd's death. Today, a judge will consider adding a third-degree murder charge that could delay the trial.
Proving a third-degree murder is easier than proving a second-degree unintentional felony murder. Third degree is basically extreme indifference to someone else's life.
Chauvin is expected to argue Floyd died from health issues and a drug overdose. Mark Calzaretta is a jury consultant.
Trying to weed out people that don't have prior knowledge or feelings about this case, and I think that's just going to be really, really difficult.
The courthouse is on lockdown, surrounded by barricades and barbed wire in anticipation of large crowds throughout the trial. In the first days after Floyd's death, protests were marred by violence and destruction. Those protests eventually gave way to peaceful demonstrations nationwide calling for police reform.
I am nervous.
Kennedy Pounds marched outside the courthouse yesterday.
Marching today was kind of freeing because I've just been holding a lot of this anxiety and stress surrounding the trial and everything in.
The trial for the 3 other officers implicated in Floyd's death is scheduled for August. Michael George, CBS News, Minneapolis.
Derek Chauvin's trial could last into May.
6:02 now. A quick look at state COVID numbers this morning. Wisconsin's COVID-19 positivity rate remains steady. State health officials reported 329 new cases as of Sunday. 3 more people have died. A little more than 10% of the state is fully vaccinated. And as the U.S. approaches 525,000 deaths, Dr. Anthony Fauci says the country's vaccine supply will be dramatically increased in the weeks ahead. Speaking on CBS's Face the Nation, Dr. Fauci says new cases have recently leveled off, but numbers do indicate another surge remains a concern.
Over the past week and a half or so, we've seen that decline has now done this, essentially starting to plateau. Plateauing at a level of 60 to 70,000 new cases per day is not an acceptable level. That is really very high.
Even with the recent decline in daily cases, experts see a double threat. New, more contagious variants, like the one first detected in the UK, and COVID complacency. People are just sick of following the rules.
6:03 now. Madison police investigating 2 reports of shots fired over the weekend. The first one happened just before midnight Saturday near Aldo Leopold Park on Turbot Drive. When officers got there, they found some shell casings in the driveway of a home. No one was injured and no damage was reported. The second incident happened early Sunday morning on the west side. Around 4 o'clock, police got a report of shots fired on Schrader Road near Vitens Golfland. No injuries reported here either. Officers did find some more shell casings at this scene. Anyone with information about either incident should call Madison area Crime Stoppers at 608-266-6014.
A photo showing hundreds of students partying on a melting Lake Mendota over the weekend is shocking people for a lack of COVID precautions and the trash they left behind. Take a look. In the photo, it's hard to see a single mask. When we asked people what they thought about the party, folks said they're more bothered by the way students left the lake rather than gathering in the first place.
I just find it disrespectful how they left the whole thing, especially once this ice melts. You're gonna have a lot of metal and stuff, and I know people like to wade in the water, and I'm afraid of, people get cut.
A UW spokesperson says the school is urging students to stay in compliance with campus testing and to follow safety protocols. Lake Mendota, though, is technically the county's jurisdiction, not UW's. Public Health's current order limits outdoor gatherings with food and drink to 100 people. That does increase to 350 people when the new order begins on Wednesday.
Housing market in South Central Wisconsin is surging, but it's also gaining some national attention for its competitiveness. In just the last 10 years, the median price for a house in Janesville has more than doubled from $90,000 to $185,000. From 2019 to 2020, 1 year, available home inventory dropped from 300 to just 120, ranking Janesville Beloit as the 12th hottest housing market in the country, according to Realtor.com. Homebuyer Carrie Cleva says that all this made for an at times nerve-wracking experience.
There was some nerves about, are we going to be able to find a home that's in our budget, that checks all those boxes?
One effect that the housing demand has in Rock County are all the new builds. From 2019 to 2020, building permits rose by 50%. If you're looking to buy, finding a realtor is the first step.
We are continuing to highlight our local restaurants on our show and what they need to survive the pandemic and the months after it.
What we've seen so far is the resilience of an industry that's passion-driven, and it's a lot of places have managed to just barely hang on to this point. But it's everybody sitting hoping that things will go back to normal, and I don't know what normal is.
Al's the owner and chef of Cadre down on University Avenue. His dine-in seating has been closed since the pandemic started. He's been forced to find other creative ways to stay in business. He's currently selling some of his food wholesale to places like Vitruvian Farms, but licensing rules only allow him to make 25% of his revenue that way. Without more help, here's his prediction.
The amount of closings that you've seen to date is not even close to what we're going to see over this next year.
Now, there are programs in place to help our restaurants survive. A new round of grants is headed out to help Dane County restaurants this week. We're going to break down those initiatives and share some suggestions from the restaurant industry. That's coming up tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
6:06 right now, checking in with meteorologist Chris Reese in your first warn forecast. He's here to help you plan your day. Hey, Chris.
Good morning. We're planning the day knowing that sunshine is again the name of the game, but enjoy that. Cloud cover, showers, thunderstorms, even snow. That's all in the forecast that is to come. For now, though, we're enjoying clear skies. Temperatures in the 40s this morning. We are warming up to 57 as we move into the afternoon. Here's the overall setup right now. We had a warm front come through yesterday. That's now to our north and east. A cold front comes through this afternoon. It doesn't make it that far south before putting on the brakes and then moving back to the north as a little bit of a warm front. And this is going to be a big surge of warmth, folks, that really moves in our direction ahead of this area of low pressure. We're talking highs near or into the 60s as this moves on through, but we also see the chances for those showers of thunderstorms as this area of low pressure continues to work its way towards the north and east. But overall, we're really going to be enjoying this weather pattern. Our average first 60-degree day does not come until March 23rd. We haven't hit it yet, but odds favor that this could be very soon as temperatures are really about 20 degrees warmer than where they were yesterday. We're starting out this morning with where a lot of our highs were. Yesterday we topped out at 43. It is 42 right now in Madison. But again, skies are clear. We're going to see more sunshine. There's nothing on Doppler track that should begin to interrupt that. So as we take you hour by hour, this is lunchtime. Temperatures warm up towards 50, 57 is where we'll top out for your afternoon high. Now we'll cool down towards 37 overnight tonight. And then tomorrow, you see these strong winds coming out of the south. And notice our high temperature, it's right around 60 degrees. But the shower and thunderstorm chances, they really begin to move in as we start to move into early on Wednesday and into Wednesday afternoon. Temperatures will still be close to 50 on Wednesday before we get a lot cooler. By the time we get you towards next Sunday night into Monday, yes, snowflake action is back into the forecast, and then we'll have a couple days in a row where we struggle to get out of the 30s. So enjoy that warmth out there now. It's really going to feel good, especially when you consider the fact that yesterday felt good and today is going to feel even better. Traffic-wise throughout the city of Madison, no big issues. You're seeing your stoplights create a couple of slowdowns down there around the Capitol Square, but otherwise Dane County looks great. Rock County looks great as well.
Mr. Reese, thank you very much. 6:09 now. At-home DNA test kits like 23andMe, pretty popular these days. They offer answers about folks' family origins and potentially family health problems. But as Consumer Reports explains, the results can sometimes cause serious concerns. About 4 years ago, Sarah Al-Shule received a 23andMe kit as a holiday gift. The results she got back would change her life forever.
I unfortunately got my test results back, which did show that I carry the BRCA2 mutation, which increases my risk of developing breast cancer by quite a bit and ovarian cancer.
Sarah ended up getting a preventative double mastectomy with reconstruction after her genetic counselor confirmed the 23andMe test results. While Sarah is grateful that she took the test, she can now see how for others a positive result could be a burden to family members with the news that they too might carry the mutation.
Once you get your results, that probably means that you need to inform people in your family that you either got it from one of your parents, and that could affect your siblings, that could affect your cousins.
Though some of these tests can help determine if you're likely to develop diseases like breast cancer or Alzheimer's, they could also give you a false sense of relief or fear.
While a positive result from one of these tests can mean you do have a higher risk of a certain disease, a negative result doesn't necessarily mean you're out of the woods, because there can be other variants that cause that disease not detected by the test.
23andMe says it clearly explains test limitations to users. While Sarah's story is a great example of how these DIY DNA tests can be helpful, others may find the results confusing, misleading, or upsetting. In the CR survey, about 10% of people who used the tests said their reports contained unsettling information, like the news that someone thought to be a biological relative isn't actually related to them at all.
If you think these kits are going to give you a complete picture of your ancestry and your health, you're going to be disappointed. And there's also the possibility that it could reveal information that you may not even want to know about your family.
Even though for me, it was a good experience overall, I think you have to be ready emotionally for something like that.
Bottom line, an at-home DNA test kit might be right for you as long as you understand what your results may or may not signify. Now, another concern when it comes to these tests, there are very few laws that regulate what a company can do with your genetic data once they receive it, so it could be sold to a third party without you ever knowing about it. Big concern there.
Yeah, really interesting, especially with how popular they are.
Certainly.
Coming up, big weekend for basketball. We're going to recap some of the most memorable moments of the NBA All-Star Weekend.
And later, it's the interview that had everybody on the edge of their seats. We're recapping Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's conversation with Oprah when we return.
Big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Ready?
No. No. Oh.
Yes, you are. You ready? Yes, you are. Are you ready to go to sleep for real?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Guess what? You get 2 kisses. Very good. And one more for good luck.
Joe believes we overcome barriers like addiction together. His funding of recovery coaches has saved lives and makes us all safer.
Joe knows the past year was hard, and his small business partnership with Dane Buy Local gave us an opportunity to keep our dreams alive.
Thank you, Joe Farisi, for putting a high priority on water quality, conservation, and prairie restoration.
Thank you, Joe, for believing in second chances and the best in all of us.
Thank you, Joe, for appreciating local food and supporting small family businesses.
More than ever, America needs healthcare workers. So if you're ready to answer the call, Herzing University empowers you to earn the skills you need for all kinds of healthcare careers, including programs that can be completed in 10 months. Accredited and transfer-friendly, Herzing provides the personal care and support you need to succeed. We'll even waive your enrollment fee. Your nation needs healthcare workers. Join the movement at Herzing University. Call or click today.
Millions of customers are leaving their providers and switching to Spectrum. And if you have satellite, it's not hard to see why. Because unlike satellite, Spectrum gives you all the services you need, like internet and TV from one provider. They do? Yeah, they do. And Spectrum has the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance. Get Spectrum Internet with speeds at 200 megabits for $44.99 a month. Call 833-531-4499. Spectrum wins on TV, too. Unlike satellite, Spectrum doesn't have an ugly dish to install. And you get exclusive premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
Wow, really?
Really? Plus, Spectrum has more free HD and free on demand. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-531-4499. And unlike satellite providers, Spectrum doesn't have contracts or early termination fees. We'll even buy out your current contract up to $500. Switch to America's fastest growing internet, TV, and voice provider. Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each. Ask about our easy self-install options. Call 833-531-4499.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
6:15 now. Oprah's bombshell interview with Prince Harry and his wife Meghan making big waves here in the U.S. and across the pond. CBS's Ian Lee is in London with the highlights.
The impression of the world, maybe it's
Oprah's interview with Prince Harry and Meghan was packed with revelations, detailing their royal life and why they gave it up.
If you'd had the support, you'd still be there.
Without question.
Yeah.
I'm sad that what's happened has happened.
While their wedding may have looked like a fairy tale, Meghan said she felt isolated and vulnerable.
I came to understand that not only was I not being protected, but that they were willing to lie to protect other members of the family.
Meghan's blunt answers exposed the intense pressures of royal life.
And I just didn't want to be alive anymore.
So were you thinking of harming yourself? Were you having suicidal thoughts?
Yes, this was very, very clear.
One of the biggest revelations involves the couple's son, Archie, and accusations of racism.
Concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
What? What was that conversation?
That conversation I'm never going to share.
Prince Harry also revealed stepping away from the monarchy damaged his relationship with his father, Prince Charles. At one point, he says, the future king wouldn't take his calls.
There's a lot to work through there. You know, I feel really let down.
The interview did have a lighter side when the royal couple revealed the gender of their unborn child.
It's a girl.
You're going to have a daughter.
Now in America, this soon-to-be family of 4 says they finally have a chance to live happily ever after. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
As of this morning, Buckingham Palace still hasn't commented on that 2-hour interview.
A lot of people talking about that this morning for sure.
Are.
6:17 as we check in with Chris Reese now, your first warn forecast. What a difference 24 hours can make, Chris.
It really can, because temperatures out there this morning are already about where we saw our high temperatures as we moved into yesterday. So, folks, this has been fantastic, and we are moving into a stretch that gets even better than where we have been. Our first 60s are in the forecast. We're likely to hit those ahead of schedule compared to when we normally do, but we do have thunderstorms that are coming our way. I expect those to move in as we go really through the next couple of days. But this morning, we have partly cloudy skies. Temperatures are at 42 degrees. Here's our resolution radar, though. There's nothing on there to add more cloud cover, so expect sunshine as we go throughout the day. 10 o'clock, we're at 47 degrees. Lunchtime, we are at 50. I expect those highs to be right around 57. We're going to get oh so close to that 60-degree mark, but I do believe we're going to hit 60 this week. There's also snow in that forecast. We're going to unpack that a little bit more coming up closer to 6:30.
The variety bag. There you go. Looks good, though, today, Chris. Thanks. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo says he never meant to make anyone feel unwelcome. Newspaper reports over the weekend say a third former female staffer has accused him now of inappropriate conduct. Annalise told the Wall Street Journal the governor asked her if she had a boyfriend and once kissed her hand. The governor is being accused of sexual harassment by 2 other women as well. The governor claims his actions were misunderstood.
I say to people in the office, how you doing? How's everything? Are you going out? Are you dating? That's my way of doing friendly banter. I take pictures with people at ceremonial events. That is a very common practice.
The latest accuser, analyst, served in Governor Cuomo's office from 2013 to 2015. The Wall Street Journal reports she sought mental health counseling in 2014 because of the pressure from Governor Cuomo.
Taylor Swift, Cardi B, and Billie Eilish all set to perform at next week's Grammy Awards. The show will air March 14th, live from the Staples Center in Los Angeles on CBS and Paramount+. The Grammys were originally supposed to take place on January 31st, but they were delayed because of the pandemic.
The 2021 NBA All-Star Game brought out the best in the league in Atlanta over the weekend. Unlike past years, this year's All-Star Weekend was all crammed into one evening. Team Durant defeated 170-150 by Team LeBron. Giannis Antetokounmpo, there he is. He took home the MVP award.
What?
He was perfect from the field. He did not miss a shot last night. He's on a run. What? MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, now All-Star MVP.
Kind of a big deal.
Making Wisconsin proud.
Absolutely. 6:20 now. Coming up, the first ever tweet up for sale, and it's expected to fetch millions.
And coming up in our next half hour, it's a big week for Madison schools as students start to return this week. We take a look at the changes the schools have made. When News 3 Now This Morning returns.
With a nursing degree, helping others went from a job to a career.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobuson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
You may not know them. The coffee shop owner who knows your order. The couple who saves your seats. The family down the street who greets you with a smile. They've been there for you. Now you can be there for them. Donate today and help our friends and neighbors keep their power on.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-905-1069. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. Find out how easy it is by calling now. For the secret the credit card companies don't want you to know, call Credit Associates now and see how much money you could save for free. Call 1-800-905-1069.
Hey man, what you got there?
Hey, I switched to Spectrum Mobile, got a new phone. It's crazy. No contract, no added taxes, no hidden fees, nothing.
Bet it feels great to not have to hide stuff.
Yeah, I imagine it's pretty liberating.
I'm bald, Dave.
I haven't read any of the books in my house.
I didn't forget about your lawnmower. I broke it.
It's not even mine. I took it from Jake.
He's the worst.
It's better when you don't hide stuff. So Spectrum Mobile has no added taxes, no hidden fees, and no contracts. It's a better way to mobile. Spectrum Mobile.
Finding the right ingredients for a healthy lifestyle can be tricky. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are here to help.
Our Time for Kids recipe for health experts use online conversations and on-air reports to answer your health questions.
So tell us, what topics would your family like to hear about? What questions do you have?
Use the handy feedback form on our Time for Kids page to share what matters most to your family's health. And together,
let's take time for kids.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
After we backed that bus out of its stall and started driving, I just loved it. We really get a chance to get to know each other. Almost everyone has a different story about how they came to bus driving. So you really end up feeling like you're part of a family.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
Welcome back. We always ask you to share your morning with us. Take a peek at this stunner. A little bit of pink in that photo, and who doesn't love a little lake shot in the morning? Linda, thanks for waking us up to that. What does your morning look like? Take a picture, post it on your social media. Make sure you use the hashtag MyNews3Morning, and Chris and I will find and share our favorites. Okay, so the first ever tweet is up for sale this morning. Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey has put his 2006 post up for bid on the website Valuables as a non-fundable token, or NFT. The site lets people buy tweets that are autographed by their creators. Then the NFT verifies its authenticity in the digital world. The current bid for this particular tweet, a cool $2.5 million.
I don't understand this at all.
Me either. Me either. Maybe we're
Not
kind of
really.
old. Is this
like
a Gen Z thing?
I have no idea.
What is going on?
You're gonna buy a tweet, and it's like for millions. I don't understand it.
So can no one else
don't
look
get
at
it.
it like it's yours? You get to keep
I
it
don't
in a
know.
box?
It's like bragging rights. $2.5 million for brag. Like it's gonna have some value to it, I guess. You can trade it. Can you cash it? Like I don't know. So many questions.
This reminds me of Bitcoin, just things I don't understand. File it under that.
Just add it to the list
What
of
is
things
going
that I
on?
don't understand either.
Chris Reese, can I borrow a $2.5 million?
No, but I have plenty of tweets for sale if you want to spend
Those are
$2.5
valuable.
million.
Yeah.
I laugh because my Twitter account was created for me. I wanted nothing to do with Twitter when I was in high school, but in high school I did the morning news. And so some friends who could see a little bit further in the future than I could were like, dude, we're creating you a Twitter. And I was like, please don't. And they did it anyway. And so since sophomore year of high school, I still have the same Twitter account.
Wow.
So, you know.
You're showing your age. I don't think Twitter existed when I was in high school.
Yeah.
It existed for me. I didn't know what it was, though. You know, I was taught what Twitter was, and now I'm on the Twitterverse. But we're starting out with that bus stop forecast this morning. Chilly earlier on, but we are warming up to 57 degrees later on. Look at all that sunshine starting out at 42. Most of us are into the low 40s this morning, but as we plan your day, folks, we warm up to 57, mostly sunny skies. It's going to feel great. Chances for showers and thunderstorms begin to move our way, though.
Sounds good, Chris. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's time to march into deer season. Get your John Deere X350 for just $76 per month. Get a John Deere now and
power up at Sloan's.
Visit Sloan Implement today, celebrating 90 years and going strong.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour, and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. Power Swabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean, and people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, by ordering in response to this advertisement, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
One call, that's all. It means a lot.
One call, that's all. That mean they gonna take care of business, man.
Just what it says. One call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
One call, that's all. It's a one call, that's all.
One call, and that's all.
One call,
That's all. I didn't believe, but now I do. One call is all it takes.
One call, that's all. That's all it took, and I thank them.
If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It's time to march into deer season. Get your John Deere Z700 for $121 per month. Get a John Deere now and
power up with Sloan's.
Visit Sloan Implement today, celebrating 90 years and going strong.
This morning, preparing for students. After nearly a year of learning virtually, MMSD kids will start heading back this week. We'll take you inside the classroom and show you what that will look like.
So in conclusion, if you'd had the support, you'd still be there?
Without question.
Yeah. And the interview everyone is talking about. Harry and Meghan share why they left the royal family. The reactions we're hearing around the world.
And we're planning your day in the first warn forecast. We're also telling you when showers and thunderstorms could be on your doorstep.
This is News 3 Now This Morning.
Good Monday morning, everybody. We hope you had a great weekend. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Chris Stanford. If you thought yesterday was beautiful, just wait to see what Chris Reese has in store in your forecast. A lot of things to mix up that forecast, too, coming up in the days ahead. You want to stick around for. It is the story, though, first, that a lot of people are talking about this morning. Oprah Winfrey's interview with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex.
I certainly stayed up a little late to catch the first hour of this. In their first interview since announcing they would leave the royal family, they talked about some of the difficulties that led them to step away, including conversations about the color of their son's skin.
All around this same time. So we have in tandem the conversation of he won't be given security, he's not going to be given a title, and also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
What?
And
who is having that conversation with you? What?
So,
there is a conversation. Hold up.
There's
Stop
several
right now.
There's several conversations.
There's a conversation.
Now, Markle also talked about her struggle with her mental health. She said she even contemplated suicide and asked for help, but the royal family dissuaded her because of how it would reflect on them. The interview had other new revelations as well, including the fact that the two had been married 3 days before their official ceremony. They're also now expecting their second child, announcing in the interview it's a girl.
People on social media have a lot to say about that interview, including Serena Williams. In a statement, Williams says that Meghan Markle is her selfless friend who leads by example. She talks about her own personal experience dealing with sexism and racism in the tabloids. Williams says she wants her daughter, Markle's daughter, and everyone's daughter to live in a society driven by respect. Sports journalist Jamel Hill also reacting to the interview, saying that having your worth and existence constantly questioned and scrutinized is something so many women of color can relate to. And Amanda Gorman, the poet at President Biden's inauguration, believes Meghan's strength will redefine family everywhere, empowering women to stand up for their lives, enabling partners to be kinder. So far, the Royal Palace has not officially commented on the interview.
Oprah isn't done yet. She's going to be on CBS this morning with never-before-seen clips from her interview with Harry and Meghan. That's up next, right after News 3 Now this morning, so be sure to stick around for that.
6:32, another big story today. People across the country will tune in to watch the first day of Derek Chauvin's trial, starting with jury selection. Chauvin is the former Minneapolis police officer who kneeled on George Floyd's neck for 9 minutes before Floyd died. Chauvin is charged with second-degree murder and manslaughter for Floyd's death. Today, a judge will consider adding a third-degree murder charge that could delay the trial. The trial for the 3 other officers implicated in Floyd's death scheduled for late August.
Chauvin's trial will likely bring back many emotions and flashbacks to last summer's protests. But members of Madison's black community say those feelings never really went away. Thousands had promised to be and do better amid the calls for racial justice since last May. But Alex Booker from the group Urban Triage says it's the execution and follow-through that's been missing.
Everyone's all like, give me a list of books to read, give me some movies to watch, some videos to listen to. And then, but did they read the books?
Urban Triage is purposely launching its co-conspirator work group this month. As a reminder, the fight for racial equity is year-round. We have more on that work group, including insight on why it comes with a hefty price tag that's up right now on our News 3 Now mobile app.
It is an important week for Madison schools. Students will start returning tomorrow. It was March 15th, 2020. The City-County Health Department shut all schools down. For MMSD, a shutdown that was anticipated to last a few weeks lasted nearly a year. The district recently let me inside to see how school has changed. It's almost time for Madison students to start coming back to school. Starting tomorrow, the empty halls of Frank Alice Elementary are expected to once again have students for the first time in nearly a year. For Candace Terrell,
it's been difficult.
It's not how she imagined her first year as principal.
There are families who are really suffering and children who are suffering from having to remain virtual.
But now, after months of planning,
there's definitely some levels of anxiety.
Classrooms are ready.
So this is one of our kindergarten classrooms.
They'll look different, fewer desks for fewer kids, since many are staying home.
Students that are facing this way will be able to see their friends on the screen, and their friends will be able to see them in the classroom.
Students will be spending a majority of their time in their room, in their own area.
Students kind of have an area or perimeter of where exactly they should be or stay within.
Gym will be in the classroom. That's what the yoga mats are for.
This year, we will not be sharing community supplies.
Instead, they have their own boxes, so they're not sharing. Lunch will be brought to them. There's also a color-coded system to space out times at their lockers and the bathroom. For Principal Terrell, it all comes down to encouraging a sense of community while striking a balance.
What do students need? What do teachers need? What do families need? Really, everyone wants what is best. Everyone really wants what is best for students and families.
Everyone can agree on that, right? Students will be able to go outside for recess still. They'll have to wear their masks and stay socially distant, though. And as we've reported, an independent review found safety measures at MMSD schools were more than adequate to provide a safe environment for students and staff. MMSD is doing a phased return for a few grades so far that they've announced. So kindergartners will start tomorrow, first and second graders the week after that, followed by preschoolers. After that, though, parents, Leah, are still waiting to hear what the plan is.
I'm sure a lot of parents of older kids have a lot of questions, along with parents whose kids are staying home.
Absolutely. These parents just want to know what the plan is regardless. And if you keep pushing the return date back, before you know it, we're going to be at the end of the year and they won't be back in school for much longer anyway. The superintendent has said that he's not sure when or if beyond third grade is even going to come back this year.
Fascinating. We will find out. 6:37 now. Let's turn it over to Chris Reese with your first warn forecast on this Monday. Hey there, Chris.
Hey, good morning, guys. I want to start out with showing you all something just because you'll think it's cool to put things into perspective. But these were our high temperatures yesterday. We made it to 44 in Madison, 46 for Janesville. So yeah, some 50s back towards the west. These are temperatures right now. And in the Madison area, and especially east of the Driftless region, a lot of your temperatures are similar to our highs yesterday. So we're starting out where we warmed up to yesterday in a lot of spots, and we're 20 degrees warmer than we were as we woke up at this time yesterday with temperatures that were down into the low 20s. Sunshine is really going to help. Winds are going to be out of the north, though, as we go into the afternoon. But plan your day knowing that temperatures are going to warm up towards 57 degrees for those afternoon highs. Here's our overall setup. We had a warm front come through yesterday. That's to our north and east. There's a cold front back towards the west. It's going to push towards the south, but then this area of low pressure, that's going to help send that cold front back to the north as a warm front. In fact, here's future track showing you how things begin to play out. This is tomorrow morning. We'll have more cloud cover. Winds will be out of the south as this area of low pressure rides towards the north and the cold front approaches from the north and west. A secondary area of low pressure moves along it. This time we have more moisture, so now we're at Wednesday at 6 o'clock in the morning and more chances for showers and thunderstorms begin to overspread us here in south central Wisconsin. That area of low pressure rides towards the north. Eventually a cold front comes our direction Wednesday night and into Thursday. But as we move towards the middle of the week, it is going to be an active pattern but we're quiet out there now. This is the way we like to start the week. An easy morning for you. We take you hour by hour. This is lunchtime. Temperatures are going to be right around 50. We warm up to 57 for your high today. We're down into the 30s overnight tonight. And then again, that southerly wind as that warm front moves through tomorrow, that warms us up to the 60-degree mark. But I want to show you this. This is what happens in the model data as we start to move towards the end of the weekend and into early next week. I'm not 100% sold on this, but winter may not exactly be completely over. After being in the 60s as we go through this week, by the time we get you towards early next week, most days highs will struggle to get out of the 30s, which is to be expected at this time of the year. Just a formal heads up to enjoy this warmth, that is for sure. Traffic-wise, we are all good with the exception of the slowdowns that you see on East Wash. You expect these at this point of the day, especially as you're driving inbound towards the capital there. The rest of Dane County is very much in great shape. Rock County also in great shape this morning.
Mr. Reese, thank you very much. 6:39 now. Hundreds of babies across the country are receiving handmade hats thanks to a Wisconsin woman. It's called Hats for Hearts, a new initiative from Wausau native Gina White's organization, Two Hearts Project. She created it to spread awareness of heart disease through community service after losing her brother to the disease. She says making the baby hats hasn't been the biggest challenge. Instead, finding places to accept the donations has been harder than she imagined.
Sending emails upon emails. I probably sent at least a good 100 so emails just to really anywhere, you know. I've sent them to hospitals and pregnancy, resource centers.
After only having luck with 11 states, Gina connected with the March of Dimes. The group hosts a military baby shower every year. It started sending the hats out to military families across the country. Gina says she and her husband do not plan on stopping making those baby hats anytime soon.
Well, those are just adorable, aren't they?
Such a great cause.
Cute. Chris Reese mentioned it in his forecast. We're just days away now from springing forward into daylight saving. In this week's Time for Kids, we are talking about what newscasters know really well, Chris, and that is not getting a whole lot of sleep this time of year.
I know. We really don't sometimes. And losing that hour of sleep for us as newscasters, that's valuable. But throughout the month of March, I'm telling you what the Time for Kids Recipe for Health team is really focusing on is sleep. And with the time change upon us, many parents are likely thinking about the impact it's going to have on their kids. Now, while it's the little ones that typically have the hardest time adjusting, SSM Health pediatrician Dan Beardmore is talking about ways to make the transition to bedtime a little easier.
Gotta remove all those screens, cell phones, tablets, TVs, video games. All those bright artificial lights wake our brains up by telling us that there's input. So those have to be taken away and part of that calming routine. And when it's coming here for the time change, the spring forward, just be prepared that there might be a night or two adjustment as the kid is affected by that 1 hour difference.
Now, above all, Beardmore says to create a routine about 45 minutes to 1 hour before bedtime. Not only is it going to help with the upcoming time change to run more smoothly, but kids will thrive on that predictability. Of course, our Time for Kids Recipe for Health team is always asking what you want to hear about. So, of course, you can let us know what health topics you're interested in or let us know your family's health story. That's at ssmhealth.com/timeforkids.
You really nailed it. Routine is so critical. Kids thrive on routine, especially the little ones, but they don't understand the concept of daylight saving time. They just see that the sun is still up, and when you try to tell them to go to bed, it doesn't make sense to them. So this is really a rough time of year. So for us, we've tried to kind of phase into it. So maybe this week it's 15 minutes, you know, we'll adjust, you know, each night to eventually get them to a point, hopefully, by Saturday, they're comfortable with.
Yeah, and it's a good point that you make because, you know, daylight saving sneaks up on everyone, it seems like. So I feel like for a lot of parents, taking that example, easing into things, it'll make it easier. I remember being a kid, if the sun was up, I was not going to bed.
Yeah, you don't want to go to bed
so
when the sun's up.
Hopefully, you know, they're less stubborn than I was as a kid. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how things play out.
It certainly will. Thanks, Chris.
My pleasure.
All right, let's take a look outside this morning. We are starting off warmer than we have been. We have a beautiful day on tap, and we have some thunderstorms and even some snow chances in the forecast that Chris Reese will break down.
And one realtor facing a pretty tough challenge trying to sell an open concept bathroom. It's not finding too many people with open minds, though. We'll tell you how the realtor trying to spin this room. That's coming up next.
Habitat Dane County provides long-term stability through affordable home ownership, creating the spaces where learning grows, the places to rest, the spots to gather, the areas to play safely. Strengthen our community. Support Habitat Dane County.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. With over 40 filtration systems, including the world's best softener, no one filters more than Culligan Water. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
Don't let uneven surfaces slow down your shoveling next winter. Let Concrete Lifting Technologies raise up your uneven pavement. Our minimally intrusive procedure uses polyurethane to level sunken concrete and provide a level surface. Why replace your concrete when you can lift it? For a free quote, call Concrete Lifting Technologies today.
At Papa Murphy's, we knead seriously, chop seriously, and shred seriously. Because we're serious about Tuesdays, even if you're not. Every Tuesday, get a large pizza for just $10. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
Associated Physicians celebrates 75 years of caring, helping, and listening. Associated Physicians. Devoted physicians, trusted care.
You've heard that an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but you still need to see your dentist because getting good dental care is important to your overall health. You know dental bills can take a big bite out of your budget, especially if you're retired or on Medicare. Even a simple cleaning can cost $200. And other procedures like crowns and root canals can cost hundreds, even thousands more. But affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company can help. Give us a call or go online for this free information kit with all the details. This isn't just a discount plan or for checkups only. This is real dental insurance that can help pay for over 350 covered procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, even dentures. There are no deductibles, no annual maximum, and you can see any dentist you like. So don't wait. Call or go to sendinfokit.com to get your free information kit. Call now.
Before you make plans, download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app. Tonight on CBS, kick off your night with a new Neighborhood at 7 and Bob Hart's Abishola at 7:30. Then Academy Award nominee and multi-hyphenate Queen Latifah stars as Robin McCall, an enigmatic former CIA operative who uses her extensive skills to help those with nowhere else to turn. On a rebroadcast of the series premiere of the reimagined classic series, The Equalizer, followed by Bull at 9. Then on News 3 Now at 10, the latest news and weather you need before you go to sleep tonight.
When it comes to interior design, open concepts have been a trend for a while, but this takes it to a whole new level. How about an open concept bathroom?
Yikes.
Guys, I don't know if anybody would be open to this. This is a listing in Boston, so it's all open on the ground level here as we take a little 3D tour. No walls or doors on the bathroom. The porch windows face directly into the bathroom, too. You do have some frosted glass that separates the toilet from the sink. The home's listing agent says he just needs one buyer to come in and scoop it up.
Yeah, I'm still holding out hope that there's one person out there, because all we need is one buyer who prefers it this way and is willing to put their money behind it and embrace the freedom that comes with being able to poop out in the open, you know?
Oh, boy.
The bathroom does have a vent. The 4-bed, 3-bath home is on sale right now. Get this, guys, for just under $900,000. What? In Boston. But I thought real estate prices here were bad. Chris Reese, you are a realtor on the side. Would you ever take on a listing like this?
Absolutely.
You would.
It's again all about the right buyer. This is a unique home. I'm looking at the pictures. I'm willing to bet it has some history behind it. It's likely in a historic part of Boston, which likely verifies the price tag in Boston as well. But just walking through it, it has an older design, so I'd take it on. I'd take it on. It's all about the right buyer.
Yeah, and you can just say, you know, it wouldn't be too hard to just throw up a wall right here.
If I bought the house, I would throw up a wall. So it's anti-HGTV of me, because they're always knocking out walls. We would put a wall in that room.
There you go.
Yeah, that price tag, you don't got no money left to add on to that. That's crazy.
Well, I'll tell you what, whoever's spending that price tag, they're going to be a very particular buyer.
You're right. Very true.
Oh, that's good stuff. All right, Chris Reese, take it away now.
All right, well, we have an incredible start to the week ahead of us, folks. We're talking sunshine and temperatures that are really going to be warming up. Today, we are going to be flirting with 60. I'm not 100% sure that we reach it, but we flirt with it. Tomorrow, I believe we reach it. We're going to be very mild. Then the showers and thunderstorms begin to come our way. So with that being said, we're at 42 with sunshine out there already this morning. High-resolution radar remains clear for us as you plan your day. We're at 50. By the time we get you towards lunch, today's high should be at 57.
All right. Looks good, Chris. Thanks. 6:49. Stick around. The morning sprint's coming up after the break.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Hey, there's a new cow in town, Whiskow. Crazy good pizza, wings, and custom-made mac and cheese from a new virtual kitchen and your friends at Monk's Barn Grill. For takeout or delivery 7 days a week. Order the goodness today at whiskowpizza.com.
Freshen the look of your home with a new find from Habitat Restore Dane County. Get great deals on cabinets, appliances, furniture, and building supplies. Visit Habitat Restore today.
So much time at home. I need new furniture.
Dylan, it's Slumberland's Build Your Room sale. Look what you can get for just $20, $30, or $40 a month. How about a dining room for just $20 a month?
I'm more of a pizza in front of the TV kind of guy. Oh, recliners. I've always wanted a couple of those.
How about 2 of these for just $30 a month when you spent $1,800 and pay no interest for 5 years?
Well, hello, Slumberland.
Gobin Cars is breaking into spring with huge savings. You can get a 2016 or 17 Dodge Grand Caravan starting at $10,995 or $175 per month.
That's right. You can buy a 2016 or 17 Dodge Grand Caravan at only $10,995 or $175 per month.
Don't miss out on these huge spring deals with over 500 vehicles in stock.
So just hurry in today and ask for my sister, Crystal the Pistol Gobin.
Or my brother, Dealing Donovan Gobin.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
Save today on everything you need for a modernized lifestyle with Fight Electric. We carry a great selection of smart devices for adding security and convenience to your home, like high-definition Wi-Fi security cameras and motion-activated video doorbell systems. This versatile smart light bulb works with Alexa or Google Home to easily control your lighting. Right now, it's only $8.99 after 11% rebate. Get 11% off everything right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. If Physicians Mutual were a friend of yours, we'd be like Eddie here, loyal, dependable, and always there for you. We'd be the one you'd talk to about retirement, the complexities of Medicare, and the coverage you'd need. We'd listen and give you straightforward answers. Think of us as your devoted retirement friend. At Physicians Mutual, we'll help you find the coverage you need so you can have the retirement you deserve. Oh, good boy.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
You ever think Pac-Man gets tired of eating these same little dots? I could get any 2 toppings on my large pizza for just $10. Pepperoni, sausage, bacon, the $10 tastemaker, only from Pizza Hut. I think I'm about to out-pizza the Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hey, there's a new cow in town, Whiskow. Crazy good pizza, wings, and custom-made mac and cheese from a new virtual kitchen and your friends at Monk's Barn Grill. For takeout or delivery 7 days a week. Order the goodness today at whiskowpizza.com.
Find out what local government is doing to help restaurants survive tonight at 10.
Welcome back. 6:52, time for the morning sprint.
This week marks 1 year since the pandemic officially began. March 11th, 2020, restrictions put in place to limit the spread of the virus, and they are going to ease up a little bit more this week. Dane County restrictions are going to loosen on Wednesday. That's when Order 14 goes into effect. We have more on that order. You can find all the details at channel3000.com.
SSM Health's vaccination clinic for teachers in Sauk County set to open this week. The group says it will set up at Baraboo High School to vaccinate staff at Baraboo, Wisconsin Dells, and Lodi school districts. SSM also providing 1,200 Johnson & Johnson doses for Madison's teacher and staff. That's going to happen at a clinic at La Follette High School this Friday.
House Democrats are expected to pass the $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief bill tomorrow. The Senate passed it over the weekend. The legislation includes those $1,400 stimulus payments $300 a week in extra unemployment benefits, and a child tax credit expansion.
A new executive order issued by President Biden is aimed at expanding voting access. It has provisions expanding early and mail-in voting, restoring voting rights to former felons, and easing voter registration for eligible Americans. President Biden passed it yesterday on the anniversary of Bloody Sunday, when Alabama state troopers attacked peaceful civil rights protesters back in 1965.
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is pushing back on growing calls to step down. The leader of the state Senate, a Democrat, says Cuomo should resign, quote, for the good of the state. Cuomo faces multiple allegations of inappropriate behavior with former women staffers and others.
Jury selection for Derek Chauvin's trial starts today in Minneapolis. You're taking a live look at the city at this hour. Chauvin is the officer who kneeled on George Floyd's neck for 9 minutes before he died. He's charged with second-degree murder and manslaughter for Floyd's death. Today, a judge will also consider adding a third-degree murder charge that could delay the trial.
The FDA taking a closer look at how baby food is made and how safe it could be. The administration is increasing the number of samples it takes after a congressional report found dangerous levels of toxic heavy metals in the food. The FDA's review should result in more concrete standards for heavy metals in baby food. It's also pointing the finger at manufacturers, saying those companies have a responsibility to reduce chemicals in their products.
Today is International Women's Day. Every year on March 8th, the day is devoted to celebrating the social, economic, and political achievements of women around the world. It's also a day meant to acknowledge how much work still has to be done to achieve gender equality. Current projections show we won't reach that point for more than 100 more years. That includes everything from healthcare and education to employment, pay, and protection under the law.
The royal family woke up to some major backlash this morning from that highly anticipated interview with Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle. Oprah Winfrey asked them about some of the difficulties that led them to step away from the royal family. Markle said that when she wanted to seek help for suicidal thoughts, she was dissuaded because of how it would reflect the royal family. She also says that the royal family had concerns about how dark her son Archie would be. The couple has also revealed that they are expecting a girl.
Oprah isn't done yet. She's going to be on CBS this morning with never-before-seen clips from that interview with Harry and Meghan. That's airing right after News 3 Now this morning in a couple minutes.
Sunshine this morning. After being in the 40s, we have now dipped into the upper 30s. Temperatures recover in a great way as we move into the afternoon. Still at 43 in Janesville, same for Mineral Point. Here's what happens as we plan your day. 7 o'clock, we jump back up, and then we will be at 57 for your afternoon highs today. Showers and thunderstorms expected Wednesday into Thursday, then a quiet weekend before a chance of, get this, rain and snow arrives into early next week.
Have a great day, folks. Join us tomorrow.